Hello everyone and welcome to Pathology. I hope you're having a good Sunday. I am having a pretty good lazy Sunday. It's rainy here today, so that adds another level of me wanting to just do nothing. And that's pretty much what I've done. I mean, I went to Kroger today and that's about all. Emily's pretty much done the same thing. But right now what I'm working on is I'm working on baking this bread. So here's my sourdough loaf. I'm gonna put it onto this thing right here and I'm gonna bake it. And I'm gonna show you what that looks like after it's baked. But to save you from all the drama, I'm just gonna put it in the oven now. But maybe I'll cut it on camera and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna flip this over and we'll see what it looks like. So here is what the bread looks like. It did not rise very much, but I'll just keep trying. It's basically flat. Oh, drama. Well, Lisa, I hope yours turns out better than mine. I'm gonna cut this and we'll go from there. Okay, that's how I'm gonna cut it, and maybe it will rise, maybe it will not. So here's the bread. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I'm sure it will taste good though. I mean, it definitely has a sourdough smell to it, so it might spring up, it might not, it might be overproofed, I don't know. But that's what I'm doing right now, so I'll see you in just a second. Bye. Hello everyone. So I put the bread in the oven and now I'm just gonna let it bake. It's at 500 degrees for about 20 minutes. It's a smaller loaf of bread, so you could go longer if you had a bigger loaf of bread, but then I'll turn it down to 475 or 450 for another like 15 minutes after that. So I'll just have to play it by ear, and I'm not very good at doing that because it's bread and I haven't made enough to really know like the best temperature for it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And besides that, that's what I've been doing. I've kind of been obsessed with watching these former White House chef reveals president whatever's favorite dessert. This one is by Delish. This guy right here, I really find that to be really interesting. It's just a normal dude who worked in the White House and he's just telling you, different presidents' favorite meals. I think Bush's was some sort of chocolate cake, and then Obama's was apple pie or something, and it's just so interesting. And he talks about working in the White House and working in a really proper setting. So I've had some experience of working in a proper setting. It wasn't, a White House or anything, but I worked at a university and it felt like a lot of the stuff that happened, especially when the president was around, was very proper and like very, I don't know, it was just very, had to be on point. I mean, so for example, the White House handwrites every single menu for the state dinner, and they have calligraphers to do that, and I just think that's so crazy. And I know like when I worked at a university, they would do like very professional, on point, which I'm sure a lot of businesses do that too for their maybe huge important meeting or dinner. I don't know if they hire calligraphers to make their invitations and menus, but yeah, that it's just so interesting. I don't think I would ever want to work at the White House, but it's still very I like learning about it. I remember when Emily lived in DC, I would go up there often, and it has that everything's super secure. You see, I assume what is it called? CIA? Whatever. No, it's not CIA. It's Secret Service people everywhere, especially when someone important is around. Important. It was really cool. It's crazy. I went to DC a lot, even growing up. I mean, when I went there as a kid, I remember just, it was such an experience. I really do enjoy going. I really want to go to a museum. I want to go to an art museum. I remember one time, it might have been in DC's art museum. I kind of have a feeling it was. I remember I went with my mom, well, both my parents and my sister, and we went to an art museum when I was a kid. I was very young and I hated it. I was like so bored out of my mind. And I remember this statue, and I assume it was maybe a student made statue. It wasn't like that important, but maybe it was, I don't know. But I remember I went up to the statue, and it was this like military, it was kind of small, I think. It was a military person with a really big head in the shape of a like missile or something. And I went up to it and I touched it, and the alarm went off and the security guard started freaking out. Granted, I mean, yeah, totally. I understand why. So yeah, they were like, don't do that again, whatever. And then I remember we got to this section of the museum where I think it was set up as a bedroom from a previous important person, but it was at the art museum, and I went up to it and there was a bed there. So I went through the alarms and I sat on the bed. Isn't that so crazy? I imagine having, kids around. I mean, kids do that type of stuff, especially in a art museum that is for adults. It's not, there wasn't really anything kid friendly. If there was, it was in a totally different section of the museum. So, but I really do like museums. I do. I really love house tours. I think those are so cool. There's a lot more house tours in the East Coast and Virginia area versus here. I mean, I know there's probably a few in Indy, but I don't know. I want to do around Halloween. I want to go, or whenever, I want to do a haunted ghost tour of Indy. And if we can, I want to go to the catacombs under Indy. So I think that would be super interesting. I know there is a tour at some point that does the catacombs. That would be so cool, man. Yeah, so my Milky Way Matthew came up with this idea. He thought it would be super funny if you had an improv team, okay, at Indy. And they give tours of Indy, and everything they do is just made up. So like you walk around Indy in a group, and you just start, the improv team just comes up with random stuff. So maybe they start at the canal and they just walk across the canal, and there's some historical stuff, like semi-historical stuff around that area, and they could just like make up stuff like, oh, right here this was made in 1400 when blah blah, just make up stuff. I think that's a great idea. I just want to be a part of something like that. I think that would be funny. Well, I don't want to be in the improv, but man, I would love for Milky Way Matt. That would be awesome. If Milky Way Matthew could do it, and my friend Aaron and whoever Matthew plays well off of, that would be amazing to have. I don't know if there's any improv teams in Indy besides maybe Comedy Sports, but I don't know if they're open anymore. So, but in general, that'd be awesome. Or do a haunted improv show where it's a Halloween one, but it's haunted and funny. You could sell tickets for like $10. I would pay $10 to do that. I would pay $15 to do that. I think that would be fun, especially if it's like 2 hours or an hour and 30 minutes. So, okay, I'm gonna go now. I don't know what I just talked about, but I'll see you in just a second. Goodbye. Hello everyone. So I took the bread out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. It didn't rise very much, but hey, that's fine. It looks good to me, and it feels very crunchy. Yeah, I think it's a nice crust on it, so I'm gonna cut it open now, even though you're supposed to wait a while. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I'm gonna try it now. So let's see what it looks like on the inside of this. Oh, wow. This is that's a really good crumb on the inside. That's how it should look, I feel like. Yeah, it's still steaming, and I think it would probably develop a little bit more if I, didn't cut it open immediately, but I think it's going to taste amazing. So, okay, I'm going to taste this, and I'll be right back, and I'm going to give some to Emily as well. Bye. So I'm back, and I tasted the bread. It's very good. I'm amazed at, the bubbles in this bread. It was good. It wasn't as sour as I thought it would be. My other bread I made was very sour. So, whatever. I mean, I think there's certain things I could maybe add more starter to it, and maybe that would increase it. I don't know, maybe it overproofed or something. But hey, I'm proud of it. I think it tastes really good. It's crunchy and great, and yeah, it's a fun thing to do. Emily tried it, she enjoyed it, and now I'm gonna get ready for dinner. We are eating here, then we're gonna go see our friends. I went to pick up some of their wedding stuff earlier this week, and we're gonna give it back to them, and and hang out with them and see them and catch up. They were on their honeymoon. Maybe they were on their honeymoon. I don't know if they went on their honeymoon, but they went to Arizona, so they were in Arizona, and so we're gonna go see them tonight. So I might end the vlog on our way there. So, okay everyone, I'll see you in just a little bit. And if you're still watching this, comment down below Vermont. Vermont, like the state, Vermont. I use this Vermont creamery butter. It's very good. You can get it at Kroger. I mean, it's cultured butter. I don't know what that means. I mean, I do, but I don't know if that changes anything in the butter, but it tastes good. So it tastes like really good butter. I think I know what cultured butter is. It's just they add cultures to it or let it ferment for a little bit. But either way, this is really good butter. So I think it's better than the really expensive, butter that comes in a gold bar or whatever. So yeah. Okay, I'll see you in just a second. Goodbye. Hello everyone. We are on our way to our friend's house, and here is downtown Indy. Emily is driving. There's Indy. I think there's quite a few people here. Not as much as other times, but it's a rainy day. And that's all for the vlog. So I made some bread, and I really just had a lazy Sunday. Not much really happened. Now we're going to up here to see some friends who are back from their honeymoon, and we'll hang out with them for a little bit. So, well, I hope you all have a great start to your week. I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday if I get this posted in time. I hope you have a good Monday tomorrow. If no one's told you this today, you are loved, and this world's a better place because you are here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.